The Navy is playing a crucial role in this conflict and carrying out the mission. The chair of the Joint Chiefs this morning even singling out yellow shirts on board U.S. aircraft carriers on the flight deck, often the last person a pilot sees before takeoff. With us now, Matthew Whiz Buckley, former Navy fighter pilot and founder of the No Fallen Heroes Foundation. Good morning to you, sir, and thank you for your time. We'll talk about the yellow shirts and their critical role here in a moment. But first, I want to talk about the air superiority and how much of an advantage that gives fighter pilots right now as they try to strike their targets.
Morning. Thank you for having me. I think we've actually moved past air superiority to the final ultimate, which is air dominance. We can literally fly uncontested, as General Kane alluded to this morning, deep into Iran. We're never going to underestimate our enemy, but now the targeting decisions are being made real time over Iran instead of had to do with satellites. We control the skies, and there's nothing the Iranians can do about it at this point.
The terrain is challenging, though. It's mountainous, it's large, somewhere around the size of Alaska. How does that impact the battlefield and the scope of hitting targets, many of which are likely underground?
Well, it does. It complicates targeting a little bit, but Marnie, we've been planning this for about 47 years. We know where just about everything is. If they try and hide some missiles or launchers underground, those missiles just don't sprout out of the ground and launch themselves. They have to surface, right? So we'll hit them as soon as they get airborne. Iran might have a lot of missiles, but launchers are the problems, as you heard Secretary of War allude to. He said, we're targeting the launchers, and there's a finite number of those. And last time I checked, those launchers need operators. And the Iranian missile operator is probably not a job you want for the next couple weeks.
Yeah. Speaking of jobs, these yellow shirts on aircraft carriers, they're on the flight deck, as I said, the last person that you as the pilot sees before you take off. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs called them part of a symphony of America's work. Talk about that last line of defense, the last person you all see and talk to before takeoff.
Marnie, my first deployment to the Persian Gulf was on board the Abraham Lincoln, and she's out there right now delivering justice. The young men and women on the flight deck are the backbone of naval aviation. I'll be honest with you, Marnie, when I walked on the flight deck with my helmet, I tried to run to and get in my jet as quick as I could to the safety of the cockpit, because the flight deck of an aircraft carrier is one of the most dangerous places to work on the planet. And these young women and men, sometimes in their upper teens or early 20s, are the reason that we are having this success. It's a very dangerous atmosphere on that flight deck. Propellers, jet blast, potentially getting blown overboard. And at night, it's even more terrifying. So I appreciate General Kane saluting our yellow shirts and naval aviation. I know Raisin, I've known him for over 2 decades. I used to give him grief for being an Air Force pilot because they're barely on our side. And of course, he'd give me grief for being a Navy guy, but his salute today was pretty awesome. And I appreciate it.
Well, I also appreciated him signaling out those men and women on the flight deck and the dangers that they faced. And thank you for their service and for yours. Matthew Buckley, I appreciate your time.